against you. I think it's better to 3-bet bigger when you're out of position. But I mean, it's not making a big difference. But if you do the math, if you've done the math before, you'll figure out why this one big blind can make a big difference. It's like, I mean, let me check. Let me think about this. If I can give you like a little, I don't know, maybe I can give you a little paint drawing about that. No, that doesn't work. Okay, let's see. So what about the quality, by the way? Good morning, good morning. We're very early. We're the early birds today. We are the early birds today. Okay, so let me check if I can get the paint screen up. Gotta do it with captures today and not with a monitor screen. Let's do a little paint screen. So I hope I get this right. I don't want to screw this up because this could be interesting. All right, so I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. So here's the deal. So here's the deal. So you know, you both start with $10. Whoops, that was very bad already. So you both start with $10, which is 100 big blinds, right? So you both have 100 big blinds. This is 100 big blind stack size. So the guy he open raises for 3 big blinds, and you 3-bet him to 9 big blinds, right? So that means you're offering him, he has to call, like the blinds are in the pot already, the blinds are 10 cents and 5 cents. So you got 90, there's 10 in the pot, so you got 40, 130. So there's 13, whoops. So there's 13 big blinds in the pot, and he has to call another 6 big blinds. All right, that's what he has to call. To call pot. So that means we can calculate the pot odds, which means that this is, you know, 2 to 1 would be 12 to 6. So 13 to 6 is going to be better than 2 to 1. So you give him better pot odds than 2 to 1, which means that he needs less than 33%, 33% equity, right? If he needs less than 33% equity, he can defend some very speculative hands profitably, and he also has position, right? So position is good for him. So position and less than 33%, needing less than 33%, you know, this is 2 spots that make him favorable in the spot, and it's just 1 big blind. It's just this 1 big blind. If you make it pot, if you make it 10 big blinds, all of a sudden he has to call 7 for 14. If you make it 10, if you make it 3 to 10, if you make it 10, then all of a sudden this changes to 14 to 7, and then he gets exactly 2 to 1, which means that he needs exactly 33%. And with some hands, he doesn't have 33%. So at least you're causing him to make a mathematical mistake, right? That's what you're looking for. You at least you cause him to make a mathematical mistake, but he can still utilize his position. That's the problem, right? So if he still has position, oh, this is, I want to do this in red. This is better. So since he still has position, he's still going to call some of the time, but at least he's making a mistake, right? You just want to get below this 33% mark. Because the thing is, some of the hands that he calls with, like the suited connectors, like, you know, all the stuff that's suited and connected in some way and isn't dominated, he at least will have, even against the top of your range, like the top hands, I don't know, like aces, kings, queens, ace, king, and all that kind of stuff, he will still have like around 33%. So if you cause him to make a mathematical mistake, you can be sure that at least you've caused him to make 1 mistake, but he still has the position, so he's going to utilize it. So really something to think about. I mean, it's just 1 big blind. It's just, you know, this 1 little big blind, 1 big blind. It's just making the difference. This is all there is. This 1 big blind is just making the big difference. And that's just you know, it sounds like nitpicking. It sounds like me being like, you know, ridiculous. You know, what's this guy talking about? Making like one big blind more, but it's just one big blind is just causing so much follow-up mistakes for this guy to be making the call. Like even in the long run, it's not a big deal, but in the long run, it might be. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You know, just like this one, it's like when you shoot a ball. Like somebody gave me this golf analogy. If you have this golf ball and you hit the ball like, you know, at 1 millimeter at a certain point, like just 1 millimeter short of some other way you could hit it, it just goes a totally different direction. And the same happens with this. If you just make it like one more big blind, can make a big difference in the long run. So anyways, I hope this wasn't too long or like too whatever, but